potentially Hayden Matthews will also bring that in the centre of defence. And John Mousinho is trying his best, and the hierarchy at Portsmouth are trying their best to reinforce the team, and that's exactly what they need if they want to retain the Championship status.
Lovely bit of play in the midfield by Freddie Potts, who's on loan from West Ham United. That's Swanson. Comes back to Marlon Pack, who's still playing as a centre-back, even with other options now available to Mousinho. And Josh Murphy, signed in the summer from Oxford, a playoff hero last season, got them promoted up to this level, and then took a sideways move, all over the top, or chases it. Schmidt comes to clear. Schmidt's had a good season, but then the first 2 goals at the Hawthorns largely down to him, I'm afraid to say, and then the rest of the team didn't react well from there.
No, I think he'd probably be the first to say that it was a poor performance from him, but you have to say it's probably the first poor performance that he's had in a Portsmouth shirt. It's been an absolute revelation since he arrived at Fratton Park. He's been superb, and a lot of the times, especially away from home, he's managed to keep his side in the game, and it didn't happen at the weekend, and you'd have to say that's probably just a bump in the road, and regroup and regain your confidence tonight.
There's Roberts, who would have been grateful for that early touch. He played a lot last season. He was at Barnsley on loan from Middlesbrough, and then made the move in the summer. So he's played a couple of Carabao Cup games and then stoppage time the other day. And he's been around. It's the life of a number 2 goalkeeper, isn't it? That's just a little short from Ogilvie. Is down. The referee asks the goalkeeper to pause, so he wants to not have treatment. See what happened.
I think Bangor Williams has just gone to try and hook the ball onto Connolly, and it's struck Potts in the face. I think he's just a bit shelled more than injured, to be honest. It's just a ball to the face.
From fairly close range. These are the 2 teams with the lowest possession count in the Championship. Something's got to give.
Someone's got to have the ball tonight.
Portsmouth have it on the edge of the penalty area and went down, and the referee, Mr. Whitestone, was right on it and wagged a finger at an old school teacher. There's Ritchie in the midfield, and Potts, who's made nearly full recovery. A couple of proper challenges in the midfield, and then Millwall trying to spring forward. It's offside against Ivanovic.
Quite feisty affair so far. It's been enjoyable, to be honest. I know there's only 9 minutes on the clock, but both teams getting in each other's faces, plenty of challenges, couple of chances at Portsmouth's goal, so all the makings of a good game so far.
There's Matthews, who recently got the clearance to play him, and he's a young man with his responsibility coming into the team. The big ball across is switched. Cooper, very much by contrast, real stalwart at Championship level, Jake Cooper. Bit of wrestling going on that results in a Millwall throw. Millwall's top scorer. They haven't really been able to. Well, the goal's been spread around. He hasn't scored enough in short. Ivanovic scored a lovely goal to beat Luton at the weekend. He's got 4 in all competitions, but still top scorer. No, he hasn't found the net since September. A mistake by Cooper, giving it away to Colby Bishop. Bishop's pass is untidy as well. Now Murphy. 2 in blue, weight in the middle. He goes hard and low into the middle. It's gobbled up by Roberts.
He's got to get him into those positions, Murphy. He's done it all season long, and it's difficult for the defender, Kramer there. He's not sure whether Murphy's going to go cutting onto his right or shift it out onto his left and cross the ball. And so many times this season, Murphy's put it onto his left and put that into such a dangerous position, and that one was just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. But he's a really tricky customer in those situations, Murphy. He can go either way.
header, and then Cooper is trying to take an illegal route to the ball over the back of Callum Lang. Here's Ogilvie. Murphy with Tristan Kramer very, very close. He's a big man, the French defender. He's a centre-back really, but lost all of their senior right-backs. A long list of injuries.
Well, he played there at the weekend against Luton, and he did such a good job there. Alex Neil was highly complimentary of him after the game, and if you play out of position but you play really well, there's a good chance you're going to play there the next game. That's exactly what's happened. He's there on merit, and I'm sure he intends to keep the shirt playing right back.
Neatly done by Pompey. The Aussie Matthews fires it out wide right. Ritchie, who started here, has returned. They worked this nicely, and it was Swanson who swung it in. It hit Joe Bryan, who was the first defender, so they have to go back, recycle, which Pat can do. Some of the journey, Portsmouth ball, Marlon back. Good football again. They find the width. That's whipped in, and the goalkeeper didn't want to come for it. It's very calmly done by Kramer. Although the ball out from the back and it down. Murphy, and he goes for goal. And a test for Roberts that he passes quite easily.
Good attacking play from Portsmouth, just as Murphy managed to find a pocket and play a good ball out to Swanson, who whips it in. And similarly here, where he gets the ball and turns and does what he does best, cuts inside and manages to get his shot off, albeit it's too easy for Roberts to claim. But yeah, good intent from Portsmouth heading towards the front end in the first half, and yeah, they're looking good value going forward at the moment, Portsmouth.
Another battle in the midfield there. Ivanovic did well, he came and emerged with the ball. Connolly goes down, no foul. Hayden to Ritchie. Together at Newcastle, of course. Still a Newcastle player. Isaac Hayden. Potts has given the ball away. Millwall's top scorer. They haven't really been able to. Well, the goals have been spread around. He hasn't scored enough in short. Ivanovic scored a lovely goal to beat Luton at the weekend. He's got 4 in all competitions, but still top scorer, though he hasn't found the net since September. A mistake by Cooper, giving it away to Colby Bishop. Bishop's pass is untidy as well. Now Murphy. 2 in blue, weight in the middle. He goes hard and low into the middle. It's gobbled up by Roberts.
He's got to get into those positions, Murphy. He's done it all season long, and it's difficult for the defender Kramer there. He's not sure whether Murphy's going to go cutting onto his right or shift it out onto his left and cross the ball. And so many times this season, Murphy's put it onto his left and put that into such a dangerous position, and that one was just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. But he's a really tricky customer in those situations, Murphy. He can go either way.
That's header, and then Cooper is trying to take an illegal route to the ball over the back of Callum Lang. Here's Ogilvie. Murphy with Tristan Kramer very, very close. He's a big man, the French defender. He's a centre-back really, but lost all of their senior right-backs. A long list of injuries.
Well, he played there at the weekend against Luton, and he did such a good job there. Alex Neil was highly complimentary of him after the game, and if you play out of position, but it's a good chance you're going to play there the next game. That's exactly what's happened. He's there on merit, and I'm sure he intends to keep the shirt playing right back.
Neatly done by Pompey. The Aussie Matthews fires it out wide right. Ritchie, who started here, has returned. They worked this nicely, and it was Swanson who swung it in. It hit Joe Bryan, who was the first defender, so they have to go back, recycle, which Pack can do. Similar journey, Portsmouth ball, Marlon Pack. Good football again. They find the width. That's whipped in, and goalkeeper didn't want to come for it. It's very calmly done by Crummer. Although the ball out from the back and heading down. And Murphy, and he goes for goal. And a test for Roberts that he passes quite easily.
Good second play from Portsmouth, just as Murphy managed to find a pocket and play a good ball out to Swanson, who whips it in. And similarly here, where he gets the ball and turns and does what he does best, cuts inside and manages to get his shot off, albeit it's too easy for Roberts to claim. But yeah, good intent from Portsmouth heading towards the front end in the first half, and yeah, they're looking good value going forward at the moment, Portsmouth.
Another battle in the midfield there. So Ivanovic, well, he came and emerged with the ball. Connolly goes down, no foul. Hayden to Ritchie. Together at Newcastle, of course. Still a Newcastle player. Hayden. Potts has given the ball away. Crummer, who they got from Brentford B, he's been on loan at Exeter. Brentford do it differently from everybody else, so they try to be inventive with how they develop players and make a bit of money as well. Neil Harris was in the Sky studio the other day. He said that Ivanovic had his best game for Millwall, leading the line against Luton. But defending to do, though, the Lions at the moment. She puts it back inside, and it's Tanganga who got it away. Murphy hooks it back goalwards again. Can they tee up a shot here? Lang turns and shoots, and it's over. So many bodies in the box, though, from Pompey.
Yeah, good passage of play from Portsmouth. Ritchie does what he does really well. He whips in a great ball. Josh Murphy does not connect with that at all, but they recycle it. Colby Bishop sets up Swanson, and half expecting the net to bulge there with the form that Callum Lang's been in this season. Manages to get the turn, but doesn't quite manage to wrap his foot enough around the ball, and it just goes over. But yeah, plenty of bodies in the box for Portsmouth, and which is a positive for John Massinio in terms of them having the desire to score goals.
Because they're playing with the back four, but both fullbacks were in the penalty area there when they got the ball in the box.
Yeah, I think that's been the case for the last sort of 7 or 8 games at Fratton Park. I think it's been less sort of reserved, I suppose you could say, and letting fullbacks bomb on and try and get involved. Not only obviously trying to break into the box, but trying to get into the final third and get involved with deliveries, overlaps with Murphy and Ritchie, and trying to cause problems out wide and get balls into the box for the likes of Bishop and Lang to get on the end of.
Mr. Whitestone giving somebody a ticking off before the throw-in is taken by Joe Bryan, flick on by Ivanovic, smashed away by Schmidt. Bishop was the target. Cooper wrapped a long leg around him. Ogilvie in the midfield, and tapped and won. It's a battle in that midfield, isn't it? It's Saville who emerges with it. Ivanovic is way offside. The assistant almost taunting him. The assistant referee there is ready to go with the flag as soon as the player makes a move towards playing the ball.
Yeah, he's quite clearly 2 or 3 yards offside, and it was interesting to hear Neil Harris's comments after the game that you've just alluded to there, John, saying that it was his best game for Millwall. I'm not too sure how he would take that, whether that's a bit of a backhanded compliment, as if to say you never did that while I was in charge kind of thing. But I mean, after a goal like that, he obviously keeps his shirt, and it'll be interesting to see moving forwards between now and the end of the season who's given the nod by Alex Neil, and so many good players in the ranks. And the Paulie Langstaff, I'm thinking, just not quite clicked for him under Neil Harris and under Alex Neil as well, I should say. And Just wondering why that transfer hasn't happened. He arrived with such pedigree and such good goal scoring pedigree. He's not managed to find his feet in the Championship yet, but we just have to see. Aaron Connolly's more than capable of scoring goals, as is Ivanovic. So they have got goals in the team, but it's let them down up until this point in the season. The fact that they just don't score enough.
Josh Coburn on the list of the injured players as well. Roberts was positive there. Colby Bishop, who's got 4 this season, a couple from the sport. He came back. Well, it was a wonderful story. Millwall fans might not be aware of it. He had heart surgery in the summer and then was playing again by November the 9th. It was an incredible story. Here he is playing regularly in the Championship.
Yeah, it was just a normal heart scan that flagged up an issue and ruled him out for a large part of the season. Really unfortunate for him. He had his heart surgery and came back well ahead of schedule. Much to the delight of the Portsmouth fans, he's been a revelation since he signed. Colby Bishop, the number of goals that he scored 21 last season, 20 the year before in all competitions, firing them to League One glory last season. So he's a real integral part of not only the side but the football club as a whole. He does part of the community, etc. And he's just a really good player, really good lad, and delighted to see him back and at full health.
More offside is Ogilvie out to Murphy, who's isolated one-on-one here with Kramer. Test for him, and it's a lovely ball into the penalty area. Scuffed across, chance still there, and a super block by Joe Bryant to deny Matt Ritchie, who was coming in. And his eyes must have been wide open there. Portsmouth still on the front foot. Swung to the edge of the penalty area where Bangura Williams perhaps set up a counter-attack here. The visitors from London.
Great charge for Colby Bishop. I mentioned earlier in the game that Josh Murphy's shifting the ball onto his left foot and sort of whipping his foot around it and getting the ball in our box. That's exactly what he does, and it forced Colby Bishop, and I think he almost swings too fast through the ball and misses it completely and sort of brings it round into the path of Matt Ritchie, who can't evade the block from the Millwall defender. But great ball in from Murphy. I think Colby will be really disappointed not to connect with the ball better and have a shot on target there.
His defensive lines are getting higher and higher. The free kick has fallen well short, and Portsmouth can counter-attack. That was a vital challenge. His time. Ganga, who is typically wholehearted there, he's taken a bit of Callum Lang as he's challenged.
You could see that was going to happen from the free kick, couldn't you, John? It was such a high line from Millwall that if Portsmouth win that header, Portsmouth are really, they're on the break straight away. As you can see there, I think it's Callum Lang coming away with it, and hearty challenge from Tanganga, nothing wrong with it. It's not a foul, I don't think. It's just, I think Lang might have landed awkwardly on his ankle, but interesting to see how high Millwall's line was there. I'm not sure Alex Neil would have instructed that.
He's such a wholehearted player, isn't he, Tanganga? He's come down from a Premier League club where he was a young player and lauded in the England youth setup and all of that, but he's adapted very well, I think, to playing as a Championship player. And he's not massive either for a centre-back, is he? But he wins more than his fair share. No,
you're exactly right, John. He's had to adapt his game. I think when you come through these Premier League academies, you're almost taught to play the ball and to read the game and intercept and play in that sort of way, if that makes sense. Play the beautiful game, but when you come down to the Championship, it's a little bit more physical, so he's had to adapt his game. He's had to be flying into wholehearted challenges, as you've just seen there with Callum Lang, and he's done it with aplomb. I think he's been a really good signing for Millwall. He's a stalwart. He plays every week. He never tends to be injured, and he's adapted his game really well from where he's come from. And so often you see players come down from the Premier League and they don't quite adapt, and they sort of fizzle out and fall down the leagues. And Tanganga's stuck at it, and he's been one of the best players for Millwall this season for sure.
Callum Lang might not appreciate his efforts, but hopefully Portsmouth's top scorer is okay. Slightly gingerly to the sidelines, and he'll have to wait for The now permitted 30 seconds before he can rejoin. Conor Ogilvie will take the throw. No one's played more football than he has this season for Portsmouth. Bishop was the target. Forces Kramer to concede another throw. Again, he gets it back from Potts. And Ogilvie tries to room to shoot, but Race Bangora Williams did his defensive job well. Did that very well. Down to Freddie Potts, really.
No, it's very unlike him, actually. Another really good sign from John Massinio on loan from West Ham. 21 years old, I think he is. He's been a really, really good signing. Such a technician in the engine room for Portsmouth, and didn't play at the weekend, and you could almost tell his quality is so vital for Portsmouth. But from John Massinio's point of view, as we said at the start of the game, he needs to be able to rotate players. He can't just keep playing players 90 minutes. That's what he does. That's what he did at the weekend against West Brom, resting the likes of Freddie Potts and Callum Lang, etc. Every time that he does it, they end up coming unstuck and not only getting beaten, but getting beaten well.
Played in Europe for West Ham. Potts, and he had a loan spell with Wickham last season. It's a very regular path now for a very talented, highly rated Premier League player. Many of them don't make the final step to becoming a Premier League regular. Could well see him in the Championship again with Portsmouth next season. Here's Murphy. Good looking cross into the penalty area. There's a clash of heads. Tanganga is down. Is that Ogilvie who is down? It is Ogilvie, yeah. I've already mentioned that the fullbacks get into the opposition final third, and there's Conor Ogilvie getting on the end of a Josh Murphy cross, which is quite strange, really, tactically. But yeah, he's under like Richie and kept running. And Murphy's put the ball in. Ogilvie goes to try and head it and clashes with Tanganga. But strange to see Ogilvie so far forward, but quite clearly something that Massinio is trying to implement into his Portsmouth team in terms of the philosophy. Well, he's got 3 goals. Most recently in the win against Stoke, Conor Ogilvie, and he's a threat from set pieces, mainly because he's so wholehearted, really, isn't it? He throws himself bravely at the ball. Yes, exactly that. He's become. I mean, he had a fantastic season last season, but in terms of set pieces this season, like you say, he scored 3, and I think virtually all 3 are from set pieces. Two certainly from corners that I can think of off the top of my head, and become a little bit of a menace for opposition Championship teams in terms of set pieces, and just seems to put his head wherever, as you've just seen there, seems to put his head wherever he needs to, and he finds himself as the fourth top goal scorer for Portsmouth with 3 so far this season. So yeah, he's another good signing for them. Another former Spurs youngster, actually, Ogilvie. The man has just clashed heads with Tanganga. The ball goes into the penalty area. Brian presumably got the shout and just ducks underneath it. So, possession, Millwall 36 to Portsmouth 64. Just the 1 shot on target in the game. Millwall have had and spurned the best chance. There is a stat that says Portsmouth don't win in the games in which they absolutely dominate the ball. The 9 games in which they've had the most possession for them, so between 48 and 70%, they've lost 7 and drawn 2 of them. So they've had their joy when they've been able to soak up a bit of pressure and strike. Yeah, it's an interesting stat, probably not one that the Portsmouth coaching staff will be looking too much into. Otherwise, they'd just be letting the opposition have the ball all the time. But you saw from the graphic there that they're very much in control of the game at the moment, and Millwall possibly looking to try and hit Portsmouth on the break, but just not having any real success so far. Well, they show flexibility, tactical flexibility, which is not something you see all the time. Coaches now, it's more charging forward. Swanson, though, is faster in that particular race. Snubble puts it back forward. Moore was well offside. There's Matt Ritchie being fouled, cross court ball. Matt Ritchie.
Yeah, he's another Portsmouth boy, Matt Ritchie. They've got two in the ranks in Marlon Pack and Matt Ritchie, both of the elder statesmen in the squad that are Portsmouth boys. So, yeah, very much appreciated by the Fratton faithful. Everyone really appreciates the fact that they've got two Portsmouth lads in the team, and yeah, the experienced players that everyone sort of looks to, you would say.
Nora plays it forward onto the chest of Ivanovic. I'm not sure which way the referee has given this. He's given it Matt Ritchie's way, hasn't he? Sort of bumped into Ivanovic.
I think Alex Neil will probably be scratching his head at how he can get his team a bit more into the game at the moment. I think in transition, when Millwall regain possession of the ball, they're struggling to maintain possession, and I think that's partly down to the fact that Portsmouth have such a good high press, closing down from the front. Callum Lang, Colby Bishop closing down the centre halves, and then Matt Ritchie and Josh Murphy behind them. Possibly a culture ball into the channel is the way to go, try and bypass the press.
Portsmouth shift it wide. Lang into the penalty area, hard and low, it ricochets around. There's Kramer who cleared. Now Millwall trying to create something, but Ilo Ivanovic is isolated. No chance to get on the end of that.
No, that's exactly what I was just saying. As soon as Millwall do regain possession and they have the ball at defeat, Portsmouth pressing them so much that being forced into mistakes, and as we've seen there, another ball just goes out of play, and struggling to get Ivanovic on the ball.
Here's Pack again. The vast majority of his long career has been played as a central midfielder, of course, Marlon Pack. Goes to Ogilvie and inside to Murphy. I fancy a long-range effort, he's not shy of that. Then it goes wide where Haggard stationed himself again.
Just haven't got that outlet at the moment, Millwall. I know I keep saying it, but they just need to try and get Ivanovic to drop a little bit deeper, or get a lot more to help him out a little bit more for an outlet.
Ogilvie towards the back post. Ritchie arriving late underneath everybody and getting on the end of this.
Pat breaks with the ball and plays it out to Ogilvie. Whips in a great ball, you have to say, and it's Callum Lang actually that is there at the back post with Matt Ritchie. It's hard to tell which one headed the ball there, but Lang gets a good connection. On it, but yeah, well gathered by Liam Roberts in the Millwall goal.
Yeah, 10 goals this season, 4 of them in one game. Certainly swells the stats. Here's Connolly. Having his shirt pulled or something, bowled by Zach Swanson.
Clever football here actually from Connolly. Gets his body between the player and the ball, and once he sees Colby Bishop come, goes to the ground and manages to get his side a free kick. But again, we see how high the Millwall the Millwall back line is, and how many players they're putting forwards. If Portsmouth can win the header, there's definitely a break on.
Saville very much undercooked the last one that led to that counter attack. Floats it to the edge of the penalty area. Cooper was the target. Kramer is there. Bit of a body Nice work by the big defender, and a cross into the penalty area. Comes out to George Saville, then scoops it over the top, and Ivanovic went down.
I'm not sure. I think Freddie Potts might have had hold of Ivanovic's shirt there. I might have to have another little look at that. But Ivanovic does go down easily, but I'm pretty sure that Potts does have hold of his shirt. Whether it's enough to warrant a penalty, we'll have to see.
Murphy crosses, looking for Bishop, who got a little back heel to that. Now Potts, who's tackled by Denora. Back by Ogilvie for Hayden Matthews, the debutant. Wide to Lang, then to Ritchie. Bangura Williams, who put a challenge in the midfield, and he gets it again here. Northern Ireland International. This ball goes back to goalkeeper Liam Roberts. Tanganga comes in, was being fouled by Bishop. Bishop's tracked him all the way, fouls him again. Just gets a little ticking off from the referee.
I'm just wondering if I mean, it's great work from Kramer to get the ball in, and just see there, you can see Potts hold of Ivanovic, holding his arm, and the background. No, not for me. More of a slip than anything. It's possibly a little bit of a tug of the shirt, but you'd be very lucky to get a penalty for that. Thought at the time that it looked a little bit more obvious than that, but he's definitely a little tug, but his feet were already slipping from under him. Very lucky to get that. I'd be surprised if the linesman saw it, to be honest.
We'll get another go now. Saville across to this near side. In swinger from the Northern Ireland International. And a one by Bishop. Bangura Williams as well. He got there first, hooked it back in. Matthews clears. Saville, two hands into the back of Isaac Hayden.
Similar to the foul that we've just seen Colby Bishop give me there, actually. Bangura Williams gets the ball back in and cleared by Matthews, and yeah, it's quite obvious George Saville goes through the back of Josh Murphy. Silly really, considering that Josh Murphy isn't going anywhere. He's got his back to goal. Just stand him up and don't let him go anywhere. But we do see it so often, don't we? Players giving away poor fouls like that.
This one is fine though by Saville on Murphy, the two number 23s. Bangura Williams, that's lovely football by Millwall. And a forward pass as well for Ivanovic. Here's an opportunity, and there's the finish. What a goal! A rapid attack. They cut straight through Portsmouth. And Ivanovic with a cool head at the finish. What a run of form this young man is in.
What a fantastic goal for Portsmouth, you have to say. Goal that we've talked about so much since the weekend from Ivanovic at Luton, and he's almost matched it tonight. I mean, what a finish. He's done a fantastic bit of play down this right-hand side between Bangura Williams, and I think it was Duncan Watmore to watch it again. And sorry, no, it's Denora. It's a great ball played through to Ivanovic, and he's quicker than Hayden Matthews there. Bit of a mismatch, finds himself in behind, and is he going to play it down the side? Is he going to hit it in behind? Is he going to hit it towards the far post? So calm and composed. You can see that Schmidt goes down a little bit and decides to go for the dink, and hope that that'll be enough. And it certainly was. What a fantastic finish! 1-0 Millwall.
Well, he scored spectacularly at the weekend, and that was an expert finish, wasn't it, from a very young player. He's a Serbia international. This is his 5th goal in English football, so including the one that he got in the cup, puts him as joint top scorer. The one that he scored in the cup. Obviously, you Millwall fans will know this. It was a tremendously inventive finish. He's lying on the ground, and he sort of big foul before, but he gets up and hits the ball while he's on the ground. So one inventive finish and two expert finishes in recent games. Been taking taking any decision away from Alex Neil about who his preferred centre forward is.
Well, he's picking himself at the moment. If he keeps scoring goals like that, he's going to be playing every week, needless to say. But yeah, Callum Lang gets fouled there. And then Matt Ritchie gets on the ball, and George Saville takes him down, quite an obvious foul, and gives Portsmouth the opportunity to get the ball in the goal. But the two real moments of quality that we've had in the game from Millwall's point of view both involve Bangura Williams. I mean, obviously the obvious chance that he missed early on in the game, Connolly crossed to him, and then the 1-2 down here on the right-hand side between himself and Kasper Denora, and plays such a beautifully weighted pass into Ivanovic's path. He doesn't make the decision for Ivanovic, but he gives him the opportunity to take on the finish that he adopted, I should say. And great time to score a goal from Millwall as well, just before half-time. But an opportunity for Portsmouth to equalise there.
Ritchie over it. It's overhit, wasn't it, with the players trying to get in around the back.
See what he was trying to do there. He's whipping the ball in behind the Millwall back line, but he just overcooked it a little bit. Very unlike Matt Ritchie, you would have to say.
Left Portsmouth in 2011. Went to Swindon. Initially, 8 years at Newcastle, more recently. So Millwall are leading at Fratton Park for the second time this season. Romain Esse got their winning goal first meeting in the Carabao Cup. Scored in the Premier League. Good header from the gentleman in the crowd. Ogilvie is forward, taken the edge off the home supporters, and understandably conceding the goal. Lunging, challenged by Lang. It's a foul, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Callum Lang knows it's a foul. I think his reaction is just him trying to escape finding his name in the book. Nowhere near the ball. It's a late challenge on Kramer, and he knows full well that it's a foul. He's just reacting to try and avoid a yellow card.
Footballers, eh?
Who'd have one? Yeah, Romain Esse, I think from Millwall's point of view, big miss. He's a huge talent, 19 years old. What did he move on for? Was it 14 million? I think from Millwall fans' point of view, they want to see that be reinvested. It's a little bit too late in the window now, but quite keen on seeing it reinvested back into the playing budget. It remains to be seen whether it will or not.
Well, they've got a 17-year-old on the bench tonight, Sheldon Kendall, obviously not a player I've seen play. So, very much consensus among the Millwall fans who've expressed an opinion is that yes, they would like a bit of depth adding to the squad. What more chasing Ogilvie? It's a sick foul, isn't it, from an experienced player?
I've seen a few of those this half. I've seen Saville, George, Kasper Denor, Colby Bishop, now Duncan Watmore, all giving away some cynical fouls. It's just unneeded. It's so frustrating from a manager's point of view, I'd imagine, to just keep pressure on that line and stand up. There's no need to push him in the back because you automatically can see possession.
Four minutes. We have had a few stop-starts. Players needing treatment. There is Bangura Williams. It's out in your mouth, doesn't it? The new weight. Obviously, we're not waiting for VAR, are we? So he's won it back and he's onside, is he? And then he gives the free kick away.
Found himself offside there. I wasn't sure whether he was on or off, but fantastic touch to bring it down out of the sky. I've seen a few moments of real quality from him. He's a real talented boy, but yeah, he gives the foul away here on Marlon Pack, and you'll be disappointed with that. But you'll obviously be disappointed with the miss that he had earlier on in the game after 2 or 3 minutes, I think it was. But he's shown some really good moments, and in terms of an attacking sense, he's Millwall's best player this half.
It's got a cultured touch, hasn't it, for a guy who's come through the non-league route.
Yeah, he certainly has. I mean, when he just put the ball out of the sky there, that was impressive to say the least. But yeah, he's quite clearly a player that likes the ball at his feet.
Bishop flicks it on into the penalty area. Lang tries to get it down. Hayden trying to nick that away to a shooting position. Potts goes down. Denora with him. Murphy carries on. Murphy goes on and Tanganga full stretch puts it behind.
Watmore finding himself in a little bit of trouble there. He couldn't stay on his feet, could he? And Murphy dispossesses him and does what he's done a few times so far in the game. And tries to break to the byline and cross with his left foot, but Tanganga matches it admirably and puts it out for a corner.
Freddie Potts is across to take. High towards the back post. Matthews was leaping. Who got the touch? Sabin is a defender. So Pompey on the attack again. To Ritchie, turn that into a corner. Personal preference, I always like to see big defenders stay up for a round or two while the ball is recycled. Obviously, he's back for the set piece. Third minute of added time at the end of the first half. Portsmouth trying to get themselves back level going into the break. Ritchie's corner at pace. Glance away, and Matthews does get something on it. It comes from Murphy. It's a great touch by Pack. But the corner taker, Ritchie, has it again. Now it's just a throw. Minute still to play. Leaves it to the skipper.
It's good defending from Millwall, trying to retain this 1-0 lead going into half-time, not allowing Portsmouth to recycle the ball.
Pack's throw is well cleared by Saville. Comes back again though to Marlon Pack. He goes to the back post this time. All the way through to Murphy. Lang gives him the overlap on the left side. Then he delivers the cross into the middle. He goes down. It's a spectacular fall to the ground by Isaac Hayden.
Lang does the right thing. He overlaps Ritchie and thinks quite a nice ball actually in towards the penalty spot. Not a lot in that. I mean, Hayden goes up to try and meet the header and yeah, there's nothing in that. He just loses his footing a little bit in the air, if that makes sense. But just an on-in challenge from George Saville. You're never going to be getting a penalty given for that.
Well, we've got through 45 minutes of this long-awaited clash between Portsmouth and Millwall. The lights are on. The action is keen, and it's the visitors who lead. Mihailo Ivanovic with a superbly constructed and taken goal late in the...
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure.
But Dan kept 7th goal this season. He scored in last three games for the club as well. He's really on fire.
And 5 minutes after that, Okonko, you mentioned the goalkeeper making a mistake for the first goal. He had a shocker with this one as well.
Yeah, Jamie Reid gets his 4th goal of the season as well, and his first goal in 2025. But I do agree with you, Arthur Okonko's got to do so much better. He is a goalkeeper. Former Arsenal Academy goalkeeper, arrived in the summer for 1.8 million, but that was a poor first half from Wrexham. They were even booed off the pitch.
Delight for Stevenage, but this is the live top 6 of the table, and they are still currently 6 points behind Birmingham City, and Birmingham, of course, have 2 games in hand as well. So frustration for Wrexham continuing in 2025. They've had a stuttering start to the new year. Elsewhere in the Championship, Portsmouth hosted Millwall, a battle between 2 sides in the bottom half of the table. It's been a difficult season for Portsmouth. They're teetering on the edge of the bottom 3, and it was an opportunity for Millwall in the 4th minute.
Yeah, Bangura Williams with the opportunity as well, and he was to have a real impact in the first 45 minutes, and should have scored that one. That's a sitter, mate.
Yep, you've got to get those ones in the back of the net. Portsmouth, they did have a chance here, but that is a shanked shot if I've ever seen one from Colby Bishop.
A couple of chances in the first 45 minutes from Pompey, just on target, but just that lacking of true quality. I will say this, I'm really impressed with the way Millwall have defended in this game. Very, very stout defending.
And for all of their attempts on goal.
The shades too strongly hit. Here's Iwata. Laird can't control. Interesting battle, that one, between him and Spencer. So the crowd are enjoying anyway. This was the ball from Cochrane. Is he held there? I don't think so. Anderson receiving from Sørensen. Here's Leonard. Cochrane. Clara surveying. Stansfield thought about a run through the middle. It's Iwata though. Leonard. This is Keshi Anderson. Into Oars. Stansfield only found Pearson though. However, a miscue of Lasse Sørensen. Last 5 minutes, so normal time in the first half. And we're still where we started. All the other games in League One are at half-time now, having kicked off 15 minutes earlier. There are, well, opportunities for anyone who can get an advantage in this one. Huddersfield thought that should have been theirs. The 2 members of the top 4 trailing. Roskin with Stansfield over his shoulder. Didn't seem to be too bothered, but made a meal of his pass away. As did Laird against Roskin. Well, Huddersfield fans weren't too sure about that. I thought it might have been a Huddersfield ball. Except to wisdom must have been that it had crossed the line already. Stansfield muscled off it by Lees. Here comes Dion Charles. Unable to service him much so far. Sorensen's ball is too far ahead of Marshall. Lost by Dykes. Spencer being tracked all the way here. Away by Davis. Well, grab potentially from Taylor Gardner-Hickman. Here comes Iwata. Anderson. Here's Clara. Laird is going to chase this one and then think better of it. Sometimes games are like this, with all the anticipation, all the talk. Yet to burst into life on this winter's evening in HD1. Hard to say it suits either team, but it certainly doesn't hurt them, avoiding defeats. Now then, here is Ruben Roskin. Charles and Marshall all waiting in the centre. Now Hogg. What effect will the goal have on proceedings right now? Huddersfield being forced away though. Hogg again. Looking for Roskin, but only finding Laird. Iwata away. Here's Stansfield. Dallied on his pass for too long. When Huddersfield have got the ball into the final third, they've struggled to do anything of note with it. And that ball from Dykes was clear to see in its idea, errant in its accuracy. And he was pushing for a start, Keshi Anderson. Has seen plenty of action down that flank for Birmingham. And if it stays like this, Huddersfield can be at least pleased. They've limited the top side in the division, although they may be slightly worried they haven't created too much down the other end. There has been a trend here in their games in this patch since Christmas. Here is Leonard. Now Anderson. Kane chasing. Stansfield in support with Dykes in the middle. He'll be the target, oh, that could have gone anywhere. And it is a corner. Always awkward these. Keshi Anderson firing one in. Rodolph off Pearson. Safely behind for a corner, relatively. Christoph Clara, the man who got his head to the last ball into the box for Birmingham. Always a candidate. As we go into one added minute. In it comes, goalkeeper came for it decisively. Here is Iwata. Body's ahead of him, but it's Davis. Shouts for offside, and he'd stop there, Keshi Anderson. It's going to be a goal kick. Not much love from the home fans to the assistant referee. Let's have a look at it then. Ben Davis's ball in, and we didn't see a flag. It was close. Certainly can't say definitively from that angle he was off, but he chose to stop running. That might just have been the last attempt of the half. Half time, and with no goals in this one. Fourth place, Huddersfield holding the league leaders. Opportunities, Lyndon Dykes was inches away from a well-weighted Alex Cochrane cross. And Herbie Kane What a flashed effort wide from a Huddersfield corner that wasn't well cleared by Birmingham City. We are where we began in this one. Both teams dreaming of an instant return to the Championship. They could both manage it. So far, they've cancelled each other out to John Smith Stadium. At the interval, Huddersfield Town 0, Birmingham City 0.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda.
They had the greater bulk of opportunities. They have been in brilliant form at home. 4 straight wins, 6 out of 7. Haven't lost here since October. They have made 4 changes, almost back again. You'd say this is just about, arguably, you can always argue, but their strongest available team, having been well beaten at West Brom on Saturday. Millwall made a couple of changes. Liam Roberts has had to come in with the injury to Lucas Jensen. And Callum Scanlon, of course, as well. The Liverpool loanee also injured. So birthday boy Aaron Connolly is the other Millwall player who's come in. 25 today. falling to the ground. There's Saville, back to Joe Bryan. A dink into the penalty area for Ivanovic, and Moore takes it on, and then Bryan tries to go round. Matt Ritchie read it well, but then his clearance was a scuff, and Saville has it. And then Ritchie's challenge, and it came last off George Saville, according to the referee, who is Dean Whitestone.
Interested to see how Portsmouth apply themselves early on in this second half. Sometimes when you concede a goal just before half-time, like they did, Millwall scoring through Ivanovic, it can be a little bit of a sucker punch, and it can take the wind out of your sails. They were very much in the ascendancy up until that point, and interesting to see how they react going into the start of the second half. Can they apply the pressure as they were doing up until that point in the game?
Neil standing, relaxed on the touchline for now. Came on December the 30th. Neil Harris had left a couple of weeks earlier. Surprise, certainly to me and to most outsiders, I think a real surprise. Hayden, two former Newcastle teammates. Hayden is still owned by Newcastle. He was at both Queen's Park Rangers and Standard Liège last season. Here's Ritchie again, getting onto that left boot and away by Cooper. And a turnaround corner. It's a bit of skill by Lang, and it comes to Ritchie again. Puts it beyond the far post and across into the penalty area. Despite everybody, said it was Bryan who got it away. Now Pat. Wide to Murphy. Murphy wants it setting back to him. Dinked forward for Potts to run into the penalty area. And a sliding challenge with the extended left leg by George Saville.
A couple of really positive moments there from Josh Murphy. First putting a ball into the box that evaded everyone, and then that little dink for Freddie Potts, who runs in superbly defended by Saville with the block. On Potts, he was really pressing into the box match position. Fantastic defending from Saville.
Freddie Potts, the line formed from the penalty area forward. Now they break. Now the ball goes in. First header was won by Kramer. Came back his way. Lang. It's a low ball forward towards Hayden. Just dispossessed on the edge of the penalty area. To Nura.
Goal which more often than not isn't the trouble. Liam Roberts in goal, and if Millwall can restrict Portsmouth to having opportunities like that, I think they'll be happy. And the fact that they're leading 1-0 away from home gives them something to hang on to now, and we're going to see how resolute they are defensively between now and the end of the game for sure.
Roberts clears long. The two players in the Championship with the most long passes are Nicholas Schmidt and Lucas Jensen, the two regular goalkeepers for these two clubs. And again, as I said at the start of the game, there's no need to make any apology for playing long passes. You don't have to knock it around your own penalty area.
No, I just don't think that's the way that Millwall are going to get what they want out of this game, I think.
Here's Ogilvie on the overlap. Cut back far enough, really, and it's easily taken by the keeper.
it's a poor cross from Ogilvie. But yeah, I think that Millwall's game plan coming to Fratton Park is to sit in and play them on the break, but Portsmouth have made it difficult. After 52 minutes on the clock, they've made it difficult for Millwall to get the foot on the ball and play those passes, find those pockets of space, break the lines with those threading those passes through the lines. And I think, like we say, need to perhaps look at playing culture balls into the channel for the likes of Watmore and Connolly and Bangora Williams to run onto.
And again, we see Isaac Hayden drop into the back line to start an attack. Bangora Williams obviously fouling. Back. As he just annoyed the referee. There were no yellow cards in the first half. There's the first though. For young Reece Bangora Williams.
I mean, we've talked about foolish fouls already in the game, and Bangora Williams quite clearly has a hold of Marlon Pack's shirt, his waist and everything, and that's a foul obviously, and then he goes to toe poke the ball back to where the foul wasn't. And I know that he's a young boy and very much finding his feet in the game, but obviously going to pick up a yellow card for that. Yeah,
it's for the time wasting, isn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't for the foul, it's quite obviously a foul. It's just the fact that he's kicked the ball away, almost asking the ref to give him a yellow card.
Kramer watched his last couple of games as a right back and looks like a man who was rarely taken a throw in his life before. And the cross should be easily dealt with by the goalkeeper, and is again.
It's been dangerous for Portsmouth again tonight. Josh Murphy, he's been a really good sign from Oxford, and again, just that little bit of extra quality in the final third, particularly with his left foot tonight, just hasn't quite been there. He had that opportunity that he set up for Colby Bishop that Bishop should have made more of, but he's overcooked another cross with his left there. But he's constantly trying to find those positions and provide some ammunition for Lang and Colby Bishop.
A couple of goals in the playoff final, which this man also achieved in his career as well, didn't he? Joe Bryant is a Fulham player back in the past. All are preparing to make changes. He's still 20 minutes, isn't it? You can see they don't make too many. Alex Neil's not a big rotator, which was really handy the other day because it meant they did have Liam Roberts still in reserve when Jensen was injured at the end of the game. Many managers would have used all of their options by then. Here's Bangora Williams. Lovely first touch, lovely second touch. Still he goes on, he goes down, and again, Whitestone wags his finger.
Really does enjoy the ball at his feet, this boy, and he brings the ball over Marlon Pack's head, takes him out of the game, and sort of tries to dance around Ogilvie. Ogilvie takes a little bit of a chance there, you have to say, dangling his foot into the challenge, but not enough contact for me, and Bangora Williams goes down too easily. But he's exciting with the ball at his feet, Bangora Williams, isn't he?
And then he lets us down with a poor pass. It's the worst pass of the night, isn't it? So many times he's measured them well. The touch is good. Big switch across, but that big drink really for Kramer, isn't he? 6'4", the right back. Here is the changes. Duncan Watmore going off. He's actually had a good run of games. Duncan Watmore is obviously a player who's had serious injury problems in his career. It's great to see him fit and playing regularly. He's done 55 minutes. Anyone will come on and do a similar kind of job.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit earlier on in the half, actually, as they came out for the second half, Alex Neil had just tweaked the formation a little bit in terms of personnel, and Bangora Williams had gone into the 10 position with Duncan Watmore going out to the right, but we'll just have to see. I think that George Honeyman naturally will go into that number 10 position with Bangora Williams going back out. And I can see there Bangora Williams has stayed in the number 10 position, so George Honeyman's on the right.
Portsmouth are on the attack with Matt Ritchie. back, and then it's a poor pass actually by Matthews. What have you made of his debut?
I think he's been solid. I don't think, truth be told, I don't think that he's had a massive amount to do. I think the big moment in the game is obviously the goal with Ivanovic, where Bangura Williams plays him through, and Ivanovic manages to get the other side of Matthews. But he's obviously a very tall player. Physically, he looks quite strong, and whenever he's been on the ball, he's been quite comfortable in possession. That's all that you can say at the moment, really. The first opportunity, or real opportunity, that he's had to defend was for the goal, and Ivanovic did manage to get the other side of him, you'd have to say. Very early days, of course. It's his debut in the English Football League, having made 26 appearances in the A-League over the last couple of seasons. He arrives with a certain amount of pedigree for a young boy. He's only 20 years old, and I'm sure that he's going to be a good player.
Yeah, I mean, his inexperience, not just in English football, is he? As you say, 20-odd appearances in Australia. There's a lovely bit of footwork here by Murphy, and he goes on and tries to hurdle the challenge. And a free kick, good position here for Pompey.
Real good intent here from Murphy. Tries to skip past Casper Denora, and then George Honeyman's first contribution to the game is to bring him down, and you can see he's virtually deliberately brought him down there. Josh Murphy in full flight is a sight to behold. He's difficult to break down, and George Honeyman obviously felt like the only way to stop him there was to stick his leg out.
Murphy furious that there was no yellow card to follow. There wasn't a lot of contact, I guess, is what was in Honeyman's favour.
Perhaps the fact that Honeyman's only just come on the pitch went in his favour as well.
So Potts and Ritchie. Matt Ritchie goes for the far post. It's poor delivery, really. Lang was stationed there as if it was part of a plan.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of those from Matt Ritchie so far in the game, and it's really unlike him. And he's trying to blame personnel in the middle of the pitch, but there's four players running in between the sticks. You've got to be able to find them, and he's overhit another ball there. He's just got to look at himself. It's a poor delivery.
Ritchie's header in the midfield. Forward it goes from Tanganga. Connolly has to take on Swanson. He gets another go at it. Goes over, there's no foul. Footwork by Callum Lang. Side set to challenge.
Good pressure from Millwall defensively again there, though. Hunting in packs, two or three of them chasing after Lang, not allowing him to find the pass, and ultimately forcing the ball to go out of play, and you can see the desire that Millwall players have to hang on to this 1-0 lead.
Matthews across to Pack. Happy to play back across the Millwall striker. Pays off because they're in good possession here. Hayden to the byline. Overhit, but Kramer's still going to deal with it because Murphy was come from a very wide position. Gives it to Ogilvie. Bishop was the target. Ganga got the first touch, then he gets back in front and wins it again. Did it come back off the defender? No. Portsmouth players are adamant that the referee has just missed a little touch there off Jaffa Tanganga.
Yeah, obviously the ball ends up falling at Tanganga's feet. He does well to get his body across Colby Bishop and win the ball, but yeah, he's missed one there, hasn't he? Tanganga's gone to clear it. He's hit Murphy, and the ball's rebounded back off Murphy's foot, hit Tanganga and gone out of play. So it's a corner ball. The referee's made a mistake there. I think you can always tell by the reaction of a player, John. Tanganga sort of weakly put his hand up as if to say, "Oh, ball," but he knew full well that was a corner, and lucky to get away with that one.
Well, there's notebook out here. Mr. Whitestone. guessing Connolly, although I don't know. Pompey have another free kick. Try and confirm that is Connolly. Oh, it stops the throw being taken quickly. That's it. Yeah.
Another standard yellow card up there with Bangora Williams one, isn't it? Silly, especially next to his manager.
And here comes Portsmouth on the attack. Richie comes late and attacks it. Connolly was a standing target and Richie got around him. Maybe could have done better.
Much better ball in from Murphy this time. Breaks down to the byline, whips in a great ball with his left foot, and Aaron Connolly on the back post switches off. His shoulders are closed. He's not really aware that Matt Ritchie's there, and I think by the time that he realises Matt Ritchie pushing in, it's too late, and Ritchie will be disappointed not to get a better contact on the ball there and head it back towards the front post. But a great ball in from Murphy, and Aaron Connolly can count himself a lucky boy that Matt Ritchie didn't actually make a great contact with the ball.
The Austrian goalkeeper Schmidt goes high and long, all the way through to his opposite number. It's Portsmouth's very impressive run at Fratton Park. In recent weeks, even for a couple of months, is now under threat here with probably half an hour left to play. Back to Conor Ogilvie. Murphy has come deep. Potts ahead of him. Got away from Murphy this time, but his persistence was important there, and he's won a throw. That's the opposite of the times that we've bemoaned players giving away free kicks in a similar position. He didn't give a free kick away, he's turned the throw-in over. Touch was heavy. Was jumped on by Brian, but his recovery there from the veteran midfield player. And a free kick. Given away. See a little bit of activity on the bench. We're going to get it now. Ryan Wintle was one of the players. Seems to be a mass change on the way here. The players still out there for Millwall have perhaps one last opportunity. Joe Bryan to the edge of the penalty area. Cooper gets up and wins it. Ogilvie has cleared it higher rather than long. Bishop is back. Ogilvie will get another go, and it comes off Honeyman.
A little bit scrappy the game this last 2 or 3 minutes. I know that we just had that chance with Matt Ritchie, but outside of that, you probably say the last 5 or 10 minutes, in fact, lots of poor fouls going on.
Here's Murphy though into the penalty area. Well, that's brilliantly defended by Cooper. As it would have been a tap in at the far post, and the big defender not got there first.
Murphy does what he's been doing the majority of the game. He breaks into the box, and Kramer gets the other side of Kramer, and Kramer struggles to get back, and Cooper, fantastic defending to get the ball away, because as you say, there was the on-rushing Callum Lang who just had a simple tap in, so great defending from Cooper to keep the scoreline at 1-0 for his side.
Another Potts corner. We are midway through the second half. Goes close to the goalkeeper, gets a good punch on it. Connolly away. Wise to punch from the goalkeeper, Liam Roberts. The flick on from Matthews, comes back his way. Good work from the young Aussie. Lang with a cross. Kramer has to win it. Ogilvie. Wide to Lang again. Good pressure though from Millwall. They get it. They might just be able to break. Connolly tries to get it away. He was caught late. Free kick.
Yeah, really good pressure there from Joe Bryan just as Portsmouth were in possession. He closed the ball really well and won the ball back for his team, and on the back of that they now have a free kick and possession of the ball.
Hayden is being replaced by Andre Brazil, so like for like, sort of legs perhaps, energy levels. Millwall, the long-awaited Millwall sub is seems a bit pre-planned, but they get another go. The 11 who started the game comes out to Kramer. Ogilvie blocks. Nora puts it back in, and it's cushioned, and Ivanovic has a chance. And this time the finish is less than assured.
There's a bit more of a direct approach there from Millwall, and Nora puts it back in, and it falls to Connolly. It's a great touch, you have to say. He's under pressure, and he's got a man behind him. Great touch, and off the back of the last two goals that we've seen from Ivanovic tonight and at the weekend, you're expecting him to hit the target there, but it's a wild swipe with his left foot, and you'd expect better.
So Race Bangura Williams he's had an interesting game, some good, one moment that he'll want to very quickly forget. Ryan Wintle is amongst those who is coming on. Casper Denore is off. Billy Mitchell on, so not necessarily position for position here. Paulie Langstaff is also, so that was the last action of the game for Ivanovic. So they're all pretty much like for like changes, Gareth. I'm gonna say. So is this just fatigue levels? It almost looks pre-planned.
Yeah, you would have to say so. I mean, I was half expecting him, Alex Neil, to bring on defensive reinforcements and try and see out the last 25 minutes in terms of holding on to the 1-0 scoreline, but very much looks like for like, and off the back of the weekend and the games that they've got coming up, it looks like it's a leg saving, and it was always in the plan.